Welcome to the most exclusive girls' club in the world, the Sanex WTA Women's Tennis Tour. They're treated like princesses wherever they go, and the top players are all millionaires.
Land of milk and honey. Wow. Opportunity. Which other sport allows a female to make the amount of money that tennis does?
There is a price to pay. Looking good for the sponsors, a ruthless ranking system, and pushy parents.
Winning is not everything, it's the only thing.
It's a relentless treadmill of tournaments, travel, and tedium.
I never been to the big party or something, and I never speak, to my friends like my age.
Meet the class of 2002.
From Russia, Anna Kournikova.
It's party time for the tennis tourists.
From Belgium, Kim Clijsters.
The WTA Tour is almost like an American high school sorority where you've got all these young women thrown together. You've got the pretty women at the top who may not be particularly successful, but they're popular because they're good looking, and then you've got the girls sort of underneath who get the results, but perhaps don't make it in the popularity stakes. Very much like a high school.
Behind the scenes is a team of thousands running the tour for the players.
The WTA staff themselves, I suppose, are a bit like the teachers. They know that it's important for the kids to do well, but at the same time they try and control them a bit because I suppose essentially their livelihood depends on the kids as well.
That's for you. No, wait, I have to ask a few more questions now. Pretty good.
Every week of the year, there's at least one WTA tournament somewhere in the world. It's September, and the tours reach the town of Filderstadt in Germany. It's far from the most important title on the tour. There's only $565,000 in prize money at stake. But on the upside, the tournament is sponsored by local car makers Porsche, who've helped make it a magnet for the top players and the world's media.
I'm standing right next to them, I'll let them know.
WTA Communications Manager John Dolan is the Alistair Campbell of the Women's Tennis Tour.
I think our first goal is to look after, I wouldn't use the word protect, but you do what's in the best interest of the players. And on the other hand, you've got to understand the media's needs, and you have to try and give them a piece. For instance, if it's, I don't want to mention a name, but maybe if it's the Sunday Times or Newsweek or Time, it's a really big request. That's something that you shouldn't laugh at, and that's something that is in the best interest of the player. And our job then is to convince the player that this is something that's really worthwhile doing. Do you want to follow me onto the court when we're hitting the match balls into the crowd with Anka as well, so you can come on and Our job essentially is getting millionaires to do what they don't like to do, so it does present a challenge on that front. There's a guy here from British Tennis Magazine, and he wants to do every... The big part of our job is understanding the psychology of the different players, because each personality is so different. You have to, pick the right moment if someone is lost, or if, it's not quite the right time. You have to judge yourself when is the right time to do something. Sometimes it's never the right time, you just have to go ahead and do it.
John's taken a gamble and promised an on-court interview with Anna Kournikova, who's just lost.
Anna, will you take 2 questions from TV?
Sure.
No way. No way. Sorry.
Anna Kournikova is one of the biggest earners on tour. She has more hits on her website than Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods combined. She's yet to win a singles title.
As a tennis coach, what you're looking for is a fast-thinking, reactive, eye-hand coordinated, phenomenally quick athlete. I don't care whether she looks like Brigitte Bardot or she looks like the dog next door. Bottom line. But from a packaging perspective, how important has Kournikova been for the tennis tour? She still hasn't won a title. What is she doing to the benefit of tennis? Well, she's selling it. But she has a wonderful ability to sell because she's attractive.
Like I said, I'm coming off 8-month injury, so right now I have no certain things that, I just want to be healthy, try to get to the level where I was when I had the injury.
The tour is a roller coaster, governed by wins and losses, which the WTA converts into those crucial ranking points. So you always know if you're up or if you're down.
As far as Maggie's points go for the championship, Hingis is ranked number 1. She's worth 100 points. So she'd get automatically 100 points for beating Hingis right now, plus 26 points for moving into the next round. So that's at least 126 points that she would have. She's sitting at number 17 right now. Her only threats are Kocher, Huber, and Shek.
A lot of people are probably very good at what they do, but they don't have a ranking system. We play tennis well, but we're not extraordinary people, I don't think.
What you're really doing as a tennis player is getting onto this merry-go-round, and with every turn of the wheel, the stakes keep escalating. And to paraphrase Darwin, the fittest survive.
Everybody loves Filderstadt because we get presents every night in the room. The other day we had all the players like presents, even if they're stupid.
Reception, hello. Every night I give the presents from Dieter Fischer to all the players. It's really nice. Yeah, they like the presents, really.
We had some perfume, and we had this. This is very useless, but he's cute. I hate this, but otherwise I slept with him actually. I used to have a lot of those when I was younger, and I always carried them with me on tournaments. And I just had a nice memory.
John is on the phone to his sister in Ireland.
Susan? Hello, darling. Susan, you know what tournament I'm at this week? Yes, Filderstadt. The one with the presents. Yes. I got Hugo for women, but this is also the tournament with the sports bars. Do you want me to get you one? 80A or 57B. Okay. Talk to you soon. Okay. Bye. They're perfect for tennis players, and she's going to play tennis now. And she just realised that she doesn't have a recent sports bra. How embarrassing.
Filderstadt, Stuttgart. Wow.
We were like big kids, though, weren't we, when we went there? Because every day you run into your room and you think, oh, what's the present today? And you'd always come in and go, I've got this. Well, look at what you've got, because I was the player and you were the coach. But It was still a nice present. I mean, it was really a bit pathetic, but...
Yeah, they dangled exceptionally good carrots away from the tennis court.
This is one of the best tournaments for the players, for the staff. I mean, yeah, there are one or two perks in Filderstadt, that's for sure.
Like the bus excursion is talked about like the whole year.
Not surprising, given the very generous discount they get.
I got 4 suits in 4 different colours. I think I've got enough suits to keep me going now for a year or two, but I got like 4 suits for under £700. That's phenomenal.
2 button, new style.
White for my angel boyfriend.
And I got some perfume for a friend of mine. It's her birthday, so...
I wanted only my perfume, but I don't like Hugo Boss perfume.
I won't be eating for the next 3 weeks, but that's okay because I'll be looking nice. So.
It's kind of a rap looking. He just needs the big gold thing, and he'll be just like Dr. Dre. Kurnikova didn't get so much stuff. She was disappointed. She got the shortest skirt again.
On the tour, the majority of top players are coached, not as you might think, by a hired professional, but by one of their parents. World number 1 Martina Hingis is coached by her mother, and Mrs. Kornikova coaches her daughter. Today, the pressure's really on for Martina. She must win her next match against Lindsay Davenport to remain the world number 1.
Ms. Hingis is in danger of losing her number 1 ranking for the first time in over a year, actually.
I believe Hingis has twisted her ankle. The trainer is going to go and evaluate right now. See, maybe she'll tape it and give it some sort of support, and Martina will see if she can play on. Roger, come in. Yes, John. Worst case scenario, you may have to take Lindsay straight from the court to the DSF studio, and I'll deal with the trainer and Martina, okay? Okay, I'll come down.
The implication I've been told by our media guys is that that makes Jennifer Capriati number 1 in the world.
Michael, es geht gar nicht von der Regel.
Julia, go ahead.
Now John needs to find Capriati, or her father, to give them the news they've waited 10 years to hear, that Jennifer is officially world number 1.
Who would have thought Jennifer Capriati would make the comeback she did? Capriati was a washed-up, burned-out case. She was somebody who's going through the motions on a tour. She was like 17 or 18, and she got herself in a bit of trouble. There was some shoplifting, and then she was, I guess, arrested. You know, she was with a bad crowd, and there was some drugs involved and things like that.
Jen, can I talk to you for 1 minute to get some quotes? Do you mind just coming into the office? It's a bit hectic out here. Entschuldigung. I was trying to call you on your phone. Were you eating here?
Was that you?
Yeah.
Call me? Oh, well, I had it on silent.
Ah, okay.
Hello. Well, hello, Missy.
Yeah. Do you want to take a seat?
Yeah.
No.
We all pretty much have a pretty fair idea. Congratulations.
Is it for sure?
Yeah, it is for sure. So, congratulations.
What? Okay, we play you.
Lindsay Davenport's more concerned about their next doubles match.
Zurich, are you sure? Sorry.
Did you talk to her about playing doubles?
No.
Okay.
Well, we were going to ask to play Monday, so I don't know if you care
I mean,
to play.
well, I don't really want to play.
Okay, well.
Then.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah, they'll fill someone else in now. I don't even know I was playing.
Sorry, we played that team, so I was going to ask her if she might play Monday, but she said she's not.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Maybe you should talk to your dad.
We've all had our fair share of injuries. I know I've had mine, you know, and it's just bad timing, but it was almost like maybe it was just fate. It was meant to be.
Jennifer's father, Stefano Capriati, has masterminded every step of his daughter's path to the top.
The dynamic that exists between a father and child is very, very difficult to analyze and predict, and one could never rationally understand why players react in certain ways. Or she probably played too many tournaments, probably was trotted around to too many places. That decision probably was made by her parents.
I think mistakes were made, and I'd like to feel that someone like Mr. Capriati would look back and say, I would have done this differently. But maybe there's always a romantic side to most stories, and here they are both back together, so there has to be some degree of joy between the two. How much influence has the parent got? It's become an industry, and everyone is sitting there kind of thinking, how can I make some action out of this? And I'm afraid, in a way, the players have become vulnerable to it as well.
My childhood was nothing like what it is now for them when they stop school at 9 or 10 and you know, play tennis 4 hours a day. Now it must be much more difficult for the kids because they really do lose a sense of normal whatever normal is. As a friend of mine says, normal is a cycle on the washing machine, you know.
It was never really my dream to be a tennis player because my dad started me. I didn't pick up the racket one day and start going at it. He started us, but little by little. Once you get older, you kind of realize what's going on, who you are and what you want, and it becomes your dream. So that's how it happened.
I started when I was 9. My father brought me to the tennis court, and when I was coming, I didn't even know what the tennis is. What do I have to do? He just told me that it's going to be like a ball and a racket.
I mean, it was very strict for me, this period. I guess at the end it makes you stronger, and that's why you fight on the court.
When I was 3 years old, 4 years old, I know I played at my first tournament.
Once the parents have got their children out of the cradle and onto the tennis court, they're set for a world of almost unlimited money, if somewhat limited horizons. It's another week, and there's another $1,185,000 to win.
The tennis tournaments are the same no matter where you go. So you could really, if you could pick up Wimbledon, and forgetting the grass courts, but pick up the people and the infrastructure, and if you plop it down in Uzbekistan, it's the same thing. It's a hermetically sealed, insular world that travels from one place to another, brings its own habits and values.
I don't like a dirty desk. It's not dirty, but it's cluttered.
Moscow is not the players' favourite pit stop. No Porsches, but lots of diplomacy and culture.
We're here this morning because the top men and female players are here to meet the mayor of Moscow. It's a really big deal because the mayor of Moscow is a huge fan of tennis, and obviously the Kremlin Cup is one of the most important sporting events in Moscow. So we're here to appease the mayor, and hopefully the girls will have a good time, sample some of the Muscovite culture, and yeah.
I think I was lucky enough in that I always did take pride in how I dressed, but when we go along with the players to these sponsor engagements, we are, I guess, caught on TV a little bit, in the background, and it doesn't look, if you turn up maybe dressed like a hippie. I think you should take pride, just like I think the players do as well, in how they look on the court and, how you represent the sport. The only pants I have that are lined are leather pants. And I've got, what colour too? Like the tan colour, like this, kind of like this colour in leather. Yeah. And I got a jacket too, it's kind of like orangey, camel, that colour.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really, really nice.
Every tennis player personality is her own person or his own person. The interesting pieces of this career are to try to maximize the opportunities for each player in a way that is specialized to them.
Dominic Bliss is casting a raised editorial eyebrow over Kornikova's latest venture.
Yeah, we've just had the pictures sent in from Enrique Iglesias' new video where Anna Kornikova stars in a rather compromising position, I think. She certainly is a role model, as an example of someone who's done well in sport and broken out of a less rich country and moved to the States and become a millionaire. It's a great role model for anyone who wants to make a lot of money.
It looks like Anna's going to lose, playing another Russian. That's not going to be an easy loss, I don't think, for her. One of us has to deal with the winner, one deals with the loser. I think the important thing in dealing with the loser coming off the court is, especially here in Russia, you've got to make sure with a Russian player that some camera crew doesn't all of a sudden walk up to the player and accost them and shove a microphone in their face, because once they've got the camera off them, it's very difficult for the player themselves just to wave them off, and that's where we come in and try and help them out and just say, no thank you, we can do that after the press conference. Roger's going to take Galina. It's going to be a great win for her, and I'll take Anna to press. Oh, there we go.
Whether Anna wins or loses, nothing can stop tennis becoming, to young Russians, the most desirable way out of post-perestroika poverty.
Following the Anna Kornikova era, there are many young Russians now ranked among the top 100 players in the world. Lena Krasnoruskaya was also a world #1 junior player, and she has led a very strong group of young Russian players onto the professional tour.
I can't pronounce the name. and I would argue that Lena Krasnoruskaya to date has not fulfilled the promise we saw 2 years ago, but still a very young lady. Maybe she's feeling the pressure. Maybe it's too hot in the kitchen. Tremendous parental demand. Expectation was huge 2 years ago. Most of the tennis punters thought this girl was destined.
I live in a world where everyone is older than me, and I have to be older, and because I need to understand everyone, what they want from me, what I want, and sometimes it's tough. Sometimes I want to be a small girl, like 17 years old. I want to speak to my friends, I want to go somewhere, but for me, it's nice that I'm getting older and older, and it's good for my life.
For Lena's situation, it's because family, very good sports family. Mama played tennis. Everything I think she dream and she think about Lena to go and just play tennis, and she do everything, and that to make Lena good enough.
Like true professional tennis parents, Lena's mother and father gave up their jobs to coach their daughter.
I've heard that she was really pushed when she was younger by her parents, and her parents have got plans to build a new house. I think they might be building it at the moment, so with the money that she's made, presumably.
There's also enough money to pay for a coach to keep a firm grip on the family asset.
I'm a young player, and she can do everything she wants with me, because if she gets the player like who is already 25, who is already like a big person, or it's hard, she can't change her or him. And with me, she can change everything she wants, because I don't have anything yet.
In terms of strokes or personality, or
personality, personality. If you're a bad man or you're not listening to anyone, it's so hard to get the result.
Lena was knocked out in the first round of the singles.
You used to see them losing because there's only one winner every week, so you've got to take the girls to do their media requirements and do their press very quickly, sometimes after a loss. And the thing we have to teach them is they have to try and calm down within that 20-minute period, try and cool down. A shower often works wonders. Okay, Lena, let's go.
In recent months, injuries have forced Lena well down the world rankings. But here in Moscow, she did get to the doubles final. And there's plenty of time for Lena. She's still only 17 years old. Others have not been so lucky.
There's massive graveyards all around the case with child prodigies at 12 and 13 that haven't become Wimbledon and US Open champions by 18, 19. I just hope they're sane and enjoying life somewhere.
The odds against getting one child into the world's top 10 are huge. But Maggie Maleeva's mother is the only one to have done it for 3.
Coffee #1. Cappuccino #1.
Maggie's future was decided while she was still in the womb.
I think the dress is 75. This is when I was born. Yes. Before or 88 days after Maggie was born, I became champion again for the 8th time. 88 days, not even 3 months. Okay.
The Maleevas are a unique and wonderful tennis family. The tradition of tennis in the family goes way back. The mother of the 3 girls, Yulia, was 9 times Bulgarian national champion, and she was determined to give opportunities to her daughters. And the success of having 3 daughters, each of whom has been ranked in the top 6 of the world, is a singular accomplishment, and one that will be very difficult for any family to repeat in tennis.
When did you first decide that you were going to coach your daughters to be champions?
No, I never made such a decision. I could never even think of what happened later.
I just did my job day by day, step by step, and it happened.
Seems like they don't have me as a baby anyway. Oh, that's my dad. That's a nice one. My dad is very handsome here. My mom is a bride.
'82. You are 7.
Yeah, and
she just won a prize.
yeah, but you were not very nice to me then because I lost
2 toilets.
What did you lose?
And how about
The final under 10 years old.
look at your forehead?
It's a nice
Perfect.
forehead.
Perfect.
But I like that racket so much. It was my favorite racket. And this dress, it's the first one I got.
No, someone gave it to you.
Yeah,
Second hand.
Manuela is the oldest of the 3 sisters and the one who left Bulgaria. She lives in Switzerland with her 3 children.
I think I was pushed by my mother very, very hard. On one hand, this is of course why I became a good player, why I was in the top 10 and why I won so many tournaments. And on the other hand, for me as a child, this was something that was tough, to have a mother so strict and who didn't give me any other choices than tennis in life. But of course, it's thanks to my mother that we've achieved what we've achieved.
She got them and she trained them and she got them to where they were in the world. I mean, it's an unbelievable effort when you think that, one was 3, one was 4 and one was 5 in the world in their period of their careers.
We never had days off. We would play every day.
There was no holiday, Saturday, Sunday.
We played.
A holiday day, Christmas, New Year's Eve. But I don't have the courage to do this with my children.
Are you close to your mother now?
Yes, I'm close. I'm much closer to her now than growing up, I would say.
She doesn't worry about your children at all.
She loves playing tennis with them.
She wants them to play tennis very badly, so every time we go back to Sofia, they are supposed to be at the tennis court every day, every morning. And but okay, I think
some things haven't changed.
For 2 weeks.
Oops, cut it. Guliam. Dile si najgulamo to ninja.
What genes did I have to become a champion? Nothing. You just learn. I believe in this, that you can learn everything. And this is the title of the book I wrote. I believe, I can. This is the 2nd edition of my book. It's not like they write them in the Western world. No. I wrote it myself with a pen. No computers. Traveling at airports, waiting between matches. I kept writing. I just couldn't stand the thought of taking with me to the other world everything I went through. I needed to share it with someone.
There is no way that they cannot play tennis, with this grandmother. There is no choice, but I guess many things that you do in life when you are a child, it comes from what your parents are supporting you to do, and if I see that they are interested in it, I'll support them and I'll try helping them, but I won't force them.
Maggie was a top 5 player until forced out of the game with a terrible shoulder injury. She was rich enough to quit, but now she's back, having fought her way into the top 16 again.
I never thought after my surgery and everything that I'll make the championships. And actually a year ago I thought if I get to the top 20, I'll be so happy and that I can quit maybe tennis. But now, I don't think I will. And I want to drive safely because I'm not feeling very secure tonight. Welcome to Munich. Only the winners of tier 1 tournaments and of Grand Slams get suites. And the rest of us mortals get rooms, but nice ones. Very luxurious. I just hope I sleep at least 10 hours. That's my wish. And Lubo will open my suitcase and put everything into place.
It's already open.
Good night. I'm playing against Capriati, who is the new #1 in the world. Even if you don't do very well, just the fact that you're here is good, very good. But I really want to do well. I really want to play well and do the things I am working on. So I hope I manage.
In Munich, the money and the stakes are extremely high.
Yep. I'm coming.
2 minutes, no rush.
Okay. Thanks.
Maggie Maleeva and Jennifer Capriati joined the tour together as juniors. They used to be good friends, but it's very hard to maintain relationships in such a competitive environment.
Jennifer Capriati aus Amerika und Magdalena Maleeva aus Bulgarien.
Maggie plays a blistering first set and wins it.
Still, Maleeva.
But the world #1 recovers and powers through to victory.
I think that's the difference at this point that separates Maggie from, she's about top 15 now, that's what separates her from the top 10 or even, and that's why Jennifer's #1 at the moment. She's winning those points, and at this level, again, it's 1 or 2 points that decided it, and I just think that physically at the end Maggie was just, that bit more tired.
Та дългата точка да много ви разиграхме. Аз имах много вятяваш, много време трябваше да завършиш. Много добре.
Нищо не. Утре в колко ще
Матч
в 11. Супер.
В смисъл, това беше някакъв такъв матч.
Ами аз това матч
Ама защо тя издържа? Аз не издържа.
Ами аз мисля, че ти имаш някакви лични отношения към нея.
И няма.
There's probably actually, they haven't measured a 50% tax for me as well.
So from $45,000 I get 31.
I bet you'd have come for 31.
It's still okay.
You still would have come.
I would have come for 5.
Magdalene was just struck down with that dreadful injury. And I admire her to come back after a couple of years out of the game and get back into the world's top 20.
Oh yeah,
It's
definitely.
phenomenal effort.
Because I've been commentating a bit on Maggie this past year since she's come back on the tour. She's played some very good matches actually, but I can see the frustration that's in there,
The game's moved on.
Yeah, just can't quite do those top players. She's nearly there, but not quite.
I also had a dream when I was younger that I always wished that one day I would be able to play without injuries. My injuries were to an extent, very, very self-created, because being injured would relieve some of the pressure. Being injured was the best excuse not to have to be perfect.
Maggie lost because for her to win means that she should play her best. You cannot win, nobody can win against Capriati or Davenport, the top 3 or 4 players, unless they play their best. Every point.
They're all very soft-natured people. I think they're more like the father. But they got all their drive and their ambition and everything from the mother. You see, she saw it as their way of escaping out of Bulgaria and living a better life.
The other day, when I was watching Maggie's match against Capriati on the German television, the commentator speaking about me, he used the word disciplinarian. I don't know if it is good or bad, but when I look back, I think it all comes down to discipline.
It may be a new year, but for WTA staff, it's business as usual. Serving the tennis aristocracy.
Well done. Do you mind signing those balls? Sorry.
Initially, when you come in, you're an outsider, and they don't know you. You know, you're coming into this virtual, like, traveling sorority, and you're trying to be a part of the bigger picture. And slowly but surely, you are accepted, and it's and that's half the battle.
Sorry.
You know, respect is something that you spend a long time working on in this job to get the top players' respect.
Sorry, Roger. Yes. Oh, sorry, I left you.
Don't drop anymore.
No, keep down if you like. So the heat today, just first match, the heat, everything's a bit of everything. Huh?
Melissa, Serena Williams is coming right now, and Anna Kournikova at 6:15.
She's
Okay, I'll let him know.
not confirmed. Tell me straight away, she's having second thoughts.
Oh. 11 we've announced.
It's fine to be a superstar, but you know, tennis is their living and that's what they've made it from, and it's going to keep going, but they're not. And they're going to be forgotten very quickly.
The new year hasn't broken Anna Kournikova's losing run, although she did take Serena Williams to 3 sets.
Well, I'm definitely not on the top of my game right now. You know, I've had a very long injury and I'm just trying to come back to my top form, and I'm sure it'll only get better because I'm only 20 years old. I don't have to worry about other people's opinions. I'm just here to play and that's it.
Well, I think a lot of these players put themselves on a pedestal and they think they're untouchable. But you've also got to remember they are not bigger than the game. I vowed when she wins a tournament, I'll go to an interview. Until that, I refuse to go to one. And I could be very old by the time she finally wins a tournament.
The fact that she hasn't won a singles tournament is really an aberration more than anything else. The bottom line is she's one of the top 10 singles tennis players in the world, and she's one of the top 2 or 3 doubles players in the world. And you know, that's not bad. It's not as if she has no credentials. She's a marvelous, marvelous tennis player.
You get so defensive. No, listen. What?
Just because you had such a good match against a top 10 player.
I know
please.
that. You played a good match out there today. The one question that you may get a lot, because in Auckland the crowds were record crowds, and I don't think you should maybe be that defensive of the fact. You should be proud that you do attract people to tennis. It's not just the maybe crowd you think. No. But at the same time, Anna, all the girls, I don't know if you hear it in press conferences, but they say we have to thank Anna because of No, Anna, seriously, listen. I'm very lucky that I don't have a normal, boring 9-to-5 job. You do sometimes wake up in the morning and think, God, I'm lucky to be doing what I'm doing. It's just like the good old days. It was really fast. I love your new watch and your bracelet. It really catches the light well. Thanks.
Ira's just come and told us it's her birthday today. She's very excited. She's the ripe old age of 20.
Happy birthday! What are your hopes and desires for this year, Irona?
Top 10 in tennis in my private life.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Private life, boyfriend?
Not yet. Hope to get one, but up to my father. He doesn't want to get me one. He will be not happy. Oh, here he is.
Martina Hingis has found love over the Christmas holidays.
It's a special gift. Are things going well with him? Good, I'm happy for you. It's not easy to find, Martina, is it? No. So when you find it, hang on to it with both hands and don't let go.
And what's the biggest sacrifice you've made for tennis? Probably my personal life, absolutely. Relationships, it's very hard to have a personal life. But that's that's what you do. I think as long as you're happy, and you still have fun. But yes, I mean I'm single, and that's probably the one thing that I would say has been the greatest sacrifice.
What about sex during tournaments?
It isn't very good.
Why not?
I'm usually exhausted, so I don't feel like it. But it's all right. No complaints.
Maggie's one of the few players who travels not with a coach or a mother or a father, but a boyfriend.
We are the center of attention, and we do expect that everything is going to be done for us. And the man is always a bit in the shadow, so I don't think it's very easy for him or for other people sometimes, because they have to always depend on us.
You look like a good-looking lady.
No, it's...
He has to somehow keep his personality and not be completely absorbed by me, which I tend to do sometimes.
Is it possible to have maybe $1,000 cash?
There's no cash.
No cash.
No cash. Okay. 29% tax. There's your tax. That's what.
There are people who think that he's like, I don't know, a parasite. But if I have to choose between a coach and Lubo, I don't think I can make that choice, because I don't want to be apart from Lubo for 30 weeks a year. When I was younger, I thought with every new year that there will be better results. I'll play even better, and when the year started, I really felt like something new is starting. Now I feel like there was never an end, and it's just the same old thing continuing.
A lot of people maybe think it's a very glamorous life, but it's not. It's you work hard. There are sacrifices, and probably the big one is missing out on, even birthdays at home. Difficult too to have a potential other half in your life as well. You need someone who's very understanding there, who doesn't need to have you there 24 hours a day. So that's the other thing, because I can't ever imagine, giving, this life up for that too. It's a case of wanting to have your cake and eat it, I think. It's given me a chance to live a dream, which a lot of people don't have a chance to do, and that dream is, to be part of an amazing, life-giving sport.
don't really have a normal life, and especially if you get to be famous or very good at what you do, you can lose perspective easily if you don't watch out, and you can live in a dream world. And once things are over and you come back to reality, that dream world you were in wasn't real.
And that's the worst game you played, Jade. Well, why play a really bad game like that? It's just like you're just rushing towards the end of your failure of losing the match. The longer you stay on that court, the longer you learn. You're playing a top quality player. You should try and ask a few more questions from him.
Gets a bit annoying sometimes. Gets a bit annoying because he pushes me more than the other coaches because he's my dad and so he wants me to do better. But then I just get used to it. So.
We try and teach with Jade. It's obviously it's very difficult. As parents, we're very proud of what Jade's done, and there's only a few things we wouldn't accept as parents, like giving up in a match or bad behaviour. And then as a coach, she knows there's a lot of constructive criticism that will come from herself, and it doesn't mean that I don't love her or anything, but she knows that's good for her tennis.
They were saying that they want Porsches and stuff, and like, so if I win lots of money, then.
I mean, we joke about it, but the most important thing is the goal is to be the best you can be. That's what we're in it for. It's for her to win. Work it. Good shot. That's better. That's what it's talking about.
When the teachers say like joining in the game is more important than winning, I don't think that. I just think I have to win.
The glib solution or analysis is that the parents are driving the kids into the sport, but that it isn't always the parents' fault. Very often the parents are just they've got a tiger that they're holding by the tail, and they're just kind of being dragged along for the ride, and they feel like they've got to take care of their child. It would be unwise to underestimate the will and determination and ambition of even a 4-year-old.